Now the next is sleep. Now sleep is vitally important and vitally underrated for people that are trying to get gains in the gym. Oh God, I've seen so many people that do shift work that have trouble changing their body composition, getting their lifts up, all sorts of stuff, right? So I would say it's the second most underrated aspect of achieving good body composition. You can read my full article on my website on how sleep has a massive impact on fat and muscle and how that works. But here's a quick summary I'll just give to you. So 8 hours is still more or less needed for adults, and teenagers and infants need a heck of a lot more. So if your teenage kid seems like a lazy son of a gun, just remember that they actually do physiologically require more sleep. They're not just being lazy. We are diurnal beings. So what that means is that we're supposed to be awake during the day and sleep at night. And again, to the degree that you do shift work and you're awake at night and you sleep during the day, that is totally going to screw up your circadian rhythms and screw up your physiology. So not good. Our physical repair, so physical structures of our body actually will repair between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. and more of the psychogenic and psychological repair happens between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. So that's the optimal time to get to sleep, which is the next point. When should you sleep is basically between 10 and 6. Ideally, they're showing now that there's basically different sleep patterns that work for different people, but it doesn't veer off. It's not like a total nocturnal cycle. But basically you can shift a little bit there. There's a bit room for play. Currently I'm about, because by the time I get home from work and chill out for a bit, I'm probably like an 11:30 to 9:30. I sleep a lot because I love it. So if you have trouble getting to sleep, this is a big thing. Just a little tip. You need to minimize and avoid exposure to EMF pollution. These are things like phones, the internet, TV. Try to get out or turn that stuff off at least an hour before you actually go to bed. Exercise during the day is actually really good, because when you stimulate that yang energy and you actually stimulate a cortisol release, and cortisol, I'll get into that later, is not necessarily a bad hormone, it's just bad in the wrong doses and at the wrong time of the day. So when you exercise and you get that sort of release of cortisol and adrenaline, that will basically trigger serotonin and melatonin release so that you actually sleep better. So exercise during the day is a great biohack to get better sleep. Make sure you're hydrated too. If you wake up during the night but you have to pee, this is where it sort of gets tricky, but hydrate a lot during the day, whether it's dehydration or actually if your blood sugar goes low. So if you haven't eaten enough and your blood sugar crashes or you're dehydrated, basically if your body is feeling malnourished, it will wake you up to eat something or to drink something, and then sometimes you might have a hard time getting back to sleep. A couple of biohacks is, if you still have trouble sleeping, then diffuse some lavender or some frankincense oil in a diffuser, or listen to a sleep story or meditate. When I have trouble sleeping, I do this and I'm usually back out cold in 15 minutes. Okay, so that is sleep. All right, now moving on to the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and if you found the content useful and you really think it's going to make a better version of yourself and stronger version of yourself, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and hit that bell icon as well. And lastly, please leave a comment, as I'd like to know your opinion on this topic and what else you'd like to hear about. So thanks again, guys, and stay strong.